You ever sit there, staring at your phone, wondering why she suddenly stopped texting back? Or worse, why she says one thing, then does the opposite? 1 minute, she's all over you. The next, she's cold, distant, confusing. You think you're going crazy, but you're not. She's playing games. And what if I told you? The best way to win isn't to fight her at all. It's to stop playing. Let me show you how Stoicism makes that possible. If you're tired of emotional roller coasters, silent treatments, and confusing mixed signals, this video is for you. Not to bash anyone, not to hate, but to show you how ancient Stoic wisdom can give you peace, strength, and power. Even when someone's trying to mess with your mind, no drama, no begging, no games, just control. Let's get into it. Let me ask you something personal. Have you ever been in a situation where a girl said she liked you, but her actions told a different story? She flirts, she compliments you, maybe even spends time with you, but just when you think it's going somewhere, she pulls away, stops responding, gets cold. Then when you back off, she suddenly pops back up again, warm, smiling, acting like nothing happened. It messes with your head. And if you're being honest, deep down, it makes you feel powerless. Because now you're the one overthinking. You're replaying every word, every emoji, every interaction in your mind. You're checking your phone too often. You're wondering what you did wrong or what you could say to fix it. And the moment you start asking those questions, you've already lost. Because the game isn't about love, it's about control. And here's the brutal truth. People, men and women, only play games when they're unsure of their own value. But if you fall for it, it means you don't know your value either. Now here's what most guys do in this situation. They chase. They get anxious. They send long texts explaining their feelings. They double text when she goes silent. They ask questions like, "Are you mad at me?" Or, "Did I do something wrong?" And every time they do, they give her more power. And she knows it. Even if she's not doing it intentionally, even if she's not cruel, it still happens. Because silence makes you insecure, and insecurity makes you chase, and chasing ruins your frame. Let me be clear, not all women play games. Not all confusion is manipulation. Sometimes people are just going through things. But when it becomes a pattern, when she's hot and cold, close then distant, sweet then cold, she's not loving you, she's testing you. And here's the part that most people don't tell you. You don't pass the test by figuring her out. You pass it by figuring yourself out. That's where Stoicism comes in. See, the Stoics believed in something called emotional self-sufficiency. They believed that if your peace depends on someone else's behavior, you're not free. You're a slave to their attention. And a man who's not free is easy to control. Marcus Aurelius said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Let me repeat that. You have power over your mind, not outside events. You don't control whether she texts you back. You don't control whether she's consistent. You don't control whether she plays games or keeps it real. But you do control your response. And when you stop reacting emotionally, you stop giving her power. That's the shift. This isn't about revenge. It's not about making her miss you. It's about realizing this. The person who needs the other person the least holds the power. And the only way to need less is to build more within yourself. Now, I know what you might be thinking, but I really like her. I just want her to be real with me. I want to make it work. That's understandable. You're human, you have feelings. But ask yourself, do you really like her? Or do you like the version of her that shows up when she's acting right? Because love that disappears when it's inconvenient isn't love, it's performance. And the Stoics didn't chase illusions. They stayed grounded in reality. So, let me tell you a story that shows what this looks like in action. 1. Control is freedom. Why the Stoic man doesn't react. There's a guy I know. Let's call him Armin. Armin fell for a girl hard. She was funny, beautiful, confident, and at first, she acted like she adored him. They spent hours texting, late-night phone calls, inside jokes. It felt like magic. Then, one day, she just stopped. No explanation, just short replies, then nothing. Armin went crazy. He couldn't eat. He stared at his phone for hours. He thought, what did I do wrong? He texted again, then apologized, even though he had no idea why. And that's when she responded, playfully, as if nothing happened, just enough to pull him back in. That moment taught Armin something. He thought he was in love, but really he was addicted to the feeling of being chosen. And that addiction made him easy to control. You see, the Stoics had a rule: don't put your peace in another person's hands. Not in praise, not in love, not in rejection. Because the moment someone can disturb your peace, you've handed them the remote control to your emotions. A Stoic man does not give away that remote. When Marcus Aurelius lost people he loved, he wrote, "It was bound to happen. You were born to lose them eventually. Be grateful you had the time." That's not cold. That's power. It's accepting reality as it is, not begging for it to be different. And 2. Silence speaks louder. What to do when she pulls away. There's this lie men tell themselves: if I just explain how I feel, maybe she'll stop playing games. Let me save you some heartbreak. Explaining doesn't fix games, it feeds them. There was a Stoic general, Cato the Younger. He was known for being unshakable. Whether in the Senate or in betrayal, when enemies tried to provoke him, he stayed calm. He wouldn't argue, wouldn't explain, wouldn't react. He knew that silence is strength. Now think about the modern version of this. She leaves you on red. You feel anxious. You want to fix it. You want closure. But closure is an illusion. You don't need her words. You need your own standards. When she pulls away, don't chase. Don't post quotes on your Instagram story. Don't try to get a reaction. You respond with nothing, because your peace isn't up for negotiation. 3. You only lose if you need her. This one's hard to hear, but stay with me. If she can make or break your day by texting or ignoring you, she's not the problem. Your emotional dependence is. Epictetus, a former slave-turned-Stoic teacher, said this: if you want something outside your control so badly that its absence hurts you, then you are not free. Real freedom comes when you like someone, but you don't need them. When you'd enjoy their company, but their distance doesn't destroy you. The men who win aren't the ones who try harder. They're the ones who care less. Not out of bitterness, but out of fullness. They've built a life so rich, so meaningful, that no woman, no matter how beautiful or clever, can shake it. That's not being cold. That's being whole. 4. Don't fight fire with fire. Fight it with space. Here's another mistake guys make. When a woman plays games, they try to match her, ignore her, be distant, post stories to make her jealous. They think they're beating her at her own game. But here's the truth. If you're playing back, you've already lost, because you're still playing. Stoicism isn't about revenge, it's about indifference. Seneca said, "The greatest revenge is not to be like your enemy." So, when someone tries to bait you, manipulate you, confuse you, you don't clap back, you don't one-up them, you disengage. You walk away so quietly that she's left with her own thoughts. That's how you win, not with anger, but with emptiness. 5. You don't owe anyone your emotional destruction. Let me say this loud and clear. Just because someone once made you feel loved doesn't mean you owe them unlimited chances or unlimited pain. There is no Stoic honor in suffering for someone who plays games. True strength is in knowing when to step back, not out of hate, but out of self-respect. A Stoic man says, "I love you, but I love my peace more." And when you do that, when you stop explaining, stop chasing, stop needing, she'll notice. Maybe she'll come back, maybe she won't. But either way, you've already won, because you didn't lose yourself. So here's what we learned. When someone plays games with your heart, it's not your job to decode them. It's your job to decide if your peace is worth the price. You don't fix emotional games by playing smarter. You fix them by not playing at all. Stoicism teaches you to stay calm when someone else is chaotic, to stay grounded when someone else is unpredictable, to stay whole, even when love feels like it's falling apart. The woman who plays games only wins if she can pull you out of yourself. But if you stay rooted, if you remember who you are, if you choose silence over begging, space over chasing, and self-respect over approval, you don't lose her. You lose the illusion that you needed her. And in that moment, you win everything. If this helped you stay calm, check out the next video. It goes even deeper.